Hey, how's it going? So I'm a little frustrated, so I'm going to take this minute to attempt to refute some of the common misunderstandings of evolutionary theory. Let's start with the idea that it's a theory. If you use the word theory in the scientific context, it's applicable to being a fact. Gravitation is a theory. Modern medicine is based on germ theory. These are things that we rely on as fact. And if you think evolution being a theory is a good argument for the case that it's disprovable, you're dumb. Sorry, you misunderstand. Another thing is that people like to say, my granddaddy wasn't no monkey. Sure, I don't know, that's arguable in some cases. Some people really beg the question of whether that's true or not, especially creationists in a lot of senses. No, your granddaddy wasn't a monkey. Neither was his granddaddy or his granddaddy before that. But his great granddaddy was something that closely resembled a monkey. And as you go back generations on the evolutionary scale of millions of years, it's very easy to show that we had a common ancestor with chimpanzees. About somewhere around 13 million years ago, we diverged along different evolutionary paths, and they ended up chimpanzees, and we ended up humans, or whatever, and dogs ended up dogs, cats ended up cats, but we all did in fact share a common ancestor back in the day. And the last thing I would like to refute is this idea that evolution takes more faith to believe in. That's just that's stupidity. It actually takes zero faith to believe in it. It takes nothing but fact to believe in it. If you were to start with, faith when it comes to evolution, you would have to say that you don't know anything about it. That's where faith comes from. It's knowing without knowledge. It's attempting to explain away something without truly knowing. And the only reason that evolution is even around today is because we learned more and more and more about how the world works, how the world actually works. And the facts that back up that are irrefutable. It really, if you truly understand how facts work and why we rely on them, then you don't call evolution a theory. You realize it doesn't rely on faith at all. The only thing that could convince you of its truth are the facts that are presented to you. Now, I'm sure I haven't formulated a perfect argument, and I'm sure there's people that still misunderstand, but I'm just attempting to spread the idea that ignorance is not something to be proud of. And people who speak about evolution like they know more about it than the people who have spent their entire lives, decades, investing in learning about it, are blatantly, willfully ignorant. And it's their responsibility to get a better understanding of how it works. So, that being said, if you're one of those people who claims any of the three things that I talked about, do me a huge favor. Go read a book about it. And read it, with no bias. Try to be open-minded. Because, I started with an attempt to be open-minded and prove the existence of a God at the same time. But the two ideas just don't jive. They don't go together. It doesn't work that way. Don't embrace your ignorance. Don't be proud of the fact that you don't know. Don't be proud of the fact that you can claim to know without knowledge. It's not something to be proud of. It's a dangerous thing. People talk out of their ass with true conviction, and people are convinced by that conviction. And it's not a healthy way to operate a society. We need to operate off of fact and not faith.